Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome to Reassembly with me, Lathrix, and of course, welcome to a brand new series. After a very long break from Reassembly, here we are back again, but this time we are going to be testing out a whole host of mods from the Steam Workshop page. But to start off with, we're going to be going into something a little bit simple, a very popular mod, in fact the most popular mod, that really doesn't add that much to the game, but simply allows you to access everything. We are going to be testing out the Reassembler mod. Pretty much, you get to use all of the functional cubes, armor cubes, everything from all of the different factions, and by cubes I simply mean item pieces. I've been playing a little bit too much Robocraft, and even a little bit too much Minecraft in my spare time, it seems. So we're going to be going ahead, playing that until we get to maximum ship resource, just to get back into the game, because I am woefully out of practice at the moment. And if you have any suggestions for different mods to try out in the future, feel free to leave it in the comments below. I'm already having a look at the playable Borg mod, although I found there's a couple of problems with recording it, but we won't be getting into that just now. For now, we are going to be the Reassembler faction, able to use all of the different items within the Reassembly universe. And of course, we are Modthrix, because Modthrix just sounds cool. So, what colours do we want? How about really baby blue and purple? That seems like a reasonable thing, plus then we're nice and bright, although that hasn't really affected the core properly. Why is the engines green? Oh, I guess because of all the different factions, the colours will affect them differently, so maybe picking colours isn't even worthwhile. We'll find out once we get in there, won't we? It may have took a while to load, but here we are at last, and the very first thing I've noticed is that we don't have any weapons. Oh, aren't we adorable? So I think before we head on into the endless abyss and leave our protective bubble shield, let's add some weaponry. So the first thing is, do we have any weapons? No, amazingly, I don't think we do. Oh, wow, that's a lot of stuff to look through. Okay, so we have all of our hull pieces, then we have our thrusters. Okay, yeah, then we have our thrusters, reactors, weapons, so it's all being clumped together in terms of functionality. That's absolutely fine. So what type of weapon do we want to start off with then, I suppose is the question. We could go full on melee, that would be pretty cool, but something tells me these cheap, weak thrusters wouldn't make the best ramming tools. Wow, they have 4 health each. We really need new thrusters as soon as we can get it. Okay, so let's go with long-range weaponry if we have access to any. We have the modular cannon, which of course would be great once we are a little bit bigger and perhaps can actually buy all the different pieces as well, so we're not choosing the base and perhaps a couple of pieces. We have a basic light cannon, which is a range of only 500. We have a blaster, 600, and we have a spitter. Powerful burst fire turret that excels at medium range. That might be what we choose then. I would like to go with something a bit more foreign to me, a bit of a weird weapon, but honestly right now it'd be nice if we could just get some points to spend on the weird weapons. The hyper velocity turret, an auto-firing projectile weapon with a range of 300. We could use this. I mean, this would make a decent weapon, honestly. The PD subsystems have always been a good weapon choice. So, okay, so all of these are auto-firing. I've just kind of noticed the pattern there. Okay. But what do we want to do? Wow. Oh, that's cool. We have different kinds of armor, all with the damage multiplier. With really high health. We could turn it into a ramming ship. I mean, it'd be cool, if nothing else. There's so much to look through. Okay, I'm going to have a quick look through, and then we're going to make our choice. I have a horrible feeling that this thing won't even move. After looking at the other thrusters, then looking back at these are ridiculously weak. I actually didn't realise just how weak they were until I started comparing them to the other types of thrusters. So, we'll be calling this one Might, because honestly it looks like some horrible diseased insect. So that makes complete sense to me. For some reason the music stopped, but oh well. Let's just get this thing loaded in, hopefully it'll work out. Ooh, pretty. Very pretty, in fact. And so we set forth into the great void, Okay, control seems alright, although we are using a lot of thrusters just to move this fast, and it's not exactly quick. But at least we're actually moving, which is better than I expected. Let's just try and get to the first resource node as soon as possible. As soon as we have a damage station sorted, we can start looking into other thrusters and all sorts of upgrades for the craft. Can I kill my first opponent? We've damaged it. It's called Tiny. It's one of the farming faction, it seems. We need more generators. That's something we need. There we go, finally killed it. Wow, what's hitting us at such long range? A sparrow. Now, I've just thought of something. We can't actually move backwards. I was going to try and reverse them, but nope, that's not going to happen with the few thrusters we actually have. Oh no, not these guys. These guys can teleport. Not only that, they tend to attack in swarms, and they are just a nuisance. That will actually beat us over time. Yep, definitely going to beat us. Okay, our first death is imminent. Maybe I should have built smaller and more agile. I don't think big and chunky really works here. But we will try again. We won't be deterred by a simple death, because there's going to be hundreds upon hundreds of those in the very near future. So, if we get deterred by things like that, we'll never do anything. Let's just gently go around this way this time. By gently hitting into every asteroid, yeah, this thing is not fun to control. It looks creepy at least, I mean, got points for that. Having a few point defense guns would help as well, but first of all, generator. So generator first, then better thruster, then point defense. That's the order I want things to be upgraded in. And as soon as we've got all those sorted and we can have a basic, simple design, then we'll be looking into all the weird and wacky stuff and like different combinations of weapons and shields from all the different factions. I mean, there's a good chance I'm actually doing that now without realising it. I haven't really looked into what faction all these bits and bobs come from. There we are, got another kill. Our kill death ratio is pretty good. I mean, it's 3-to-1 at the moment, I think. Oh no, I'm going into the area of these guys, aren't I? Now is the time where I really need point defense. Get off. Your weapons do like 3 damage per shot. You're not going to kill me quickly. Which is the annoying thing. Live, my friend! There we go. Okay, so first things first. Thrusters. No, generators was first. Generator was first. Okay, well, reactor, I should say. Which one would be best? 120 for 36, 24 for 75. Honestly, any of these would be absolutely fine. How about we go with the basic reactor, then we can also upgrade our max ship resource. Generator, it's called a generator, not a reactor. I'm going to be getting that wrong for a long time, by the way. So these things do explode, so it may sound a bit silly, but I'm actually going to move those just for now, as this is going to add mass to our ship, but also reduce how many thrusters we have, so it's not exactly a good combination. There we are. Oh, they're saying that we could also do this, so it's not too bad. Okay, 2 more generators, that means we're getting an extra reactors. This means we're getting an extra 80 per second in terms of power, so our guns can probably be turned on full time now, at least as soon as they load in. Okay, yeah, good. That armor's loading in first. I was about to say, I've just realised, depending on how the armor loads in, we might end up having a reactor completely exposed. Oh no, we can't, no, because the reactor's attached to the new armor. That makes me say, oh, these things are so annoying. I can't do anything against them. I am just stuck here now. This is going to be terrible. Do we have enough points for a point defense? We have 119. Can I get a point defense weapon, please? We can, actually. So what do I want then for point defense? Oops. I mean, that's not a bad one. For some reason it wasn't loading that, so I assumed that to click. Apparently not. Okay, it's not too bad. I mean, I wasn't going to choose that one. I was just going to go for more rounds per second, but... Ooh, that does have splash damage. Actually, that might have been the better option, so... Maybe my fail there actually benefited me. Take away 2 of these, add 2 of these. bit of AoE automatic fire. Oh, we have a shield! We have a shield! Okay, that's going to help. We might actually be able to load back in. Okay, we now have both of the new generators online. Reactors. We have a new reactors online. Wait, no. Did I say it correctly the first time, then correct myself? I did! You know what? I give up. If I'm saying generator or reactor, you know exactly what I'm saying. Oh, yeah, look, my point defense is going off. How effective it's being against the teleporting faction, I don't know. Oh, look at this. There's just so many of them. We are beset by ants. Also, I've just realised we look more like a termite than a mite. Yeah, we still need more energy. We still definitely need more energy. Though honestly, these are actually doing quite well, so what I'm going to do is just full on remove all this, and then I'm going to make my reactor highly explosive, because that seems like the smart thing to do. One of you there, one of you there. On the upside, it looks kind of pretty. On the downside, like I just said, this will blow up as soon as it's hit. Delete, delete. Did I not just save that? I don't think I did. Oh, no, I did. Just not... There we go. Just taking his time to change. Well, it's been about 2 more minutes, and actually this has turned out quite favourable for us. I've been just sitting there, slowly killing them off as they respawn more and more, and just slowly, very slowly, collecting resource. So we've upgraded our ship a little bit in terms of our maximum ship resource, and we've unlocked lasers, as I believe these will probably be our key to actually getting out of here. So we're going to attach a couple to both sides, and I imagine these are going to be very effective actually clearing away the swarm, or at least I hope they will be. If they're not, then we're going to have to just sit back where we were for a little bit longer. Where else am I going to put these though? I guess we could put them along the mouth segment, because the vulnerable front section makes sense to put our weapon systems. Just put them everywhere for now. I just want to see if these work. This is probably going to drain all of our power so quickly. But oh well, let's wait until they load in. Anything that gets too close is being lasered down very quickly. Okay, that's what I wanted. All on point defense, since they are just the point defense lasers. Nothing really shockingly powerful there. And let's make a break for it. Just need to get moving, can't just sit here all day. I mean, they are definitely killing them, and if they get too close, a bit silly for that reason, are being gunned down by the lasers pretty easily. I can't turn, I've lost all turning. Crashing forwards, but still killing a few, just wish the lasers were a bit longer range. But saying that, our other guns are doing a decent job at killing them. And thankfully they do seem to be stupid enough to come in range quite a bit. Are they ever going to leave me? Oh no, they've actually followed me. I was hoping that they would stay at the base. No turning ability all right now. A little bit from the front, not enough though. It seems like only having 4 health on our thrusters is a pretty bad thing. Can we upgrade the thrusters now? Yes we can, okay. Let's have a quick look-see then, which ones are better. I mean, even this one here, this really weak one, for only 4 ship resource, massively better. Massively, massively better. Reinforced thruster. That looks like what we want. Not overly powerful, but small. And still a lot better than the other ones. Okay, yeah, we'll go with that. Also, it's a thruster I've never seen before, so we get to test out something new. There we are, at the bottom. Oh yay, almost the same size. That means we can just replace them. Also, it doesn't help that I've been stacking all the thrusters, because this means... Actually, what we should do is put these on in the middle. As it means if one of them gets knocked out, the entire stack gets destroyed, which isn't really what we're looking for. Let's do that, remove you. Put you back here. Then we'll just remove some lasers until we've got back into our quota of maximum ship resource. Like now. Okay, there we go. That should give us a little bit more propulsion once they actually load in. Each of those, just for reference, is about 10 times more powerful than the blue thrusters. There we go, got a bit of movement in us now. Still can't turn though. Should have used some of them for side thrusters, shouldn't we? Leave me alone, ant creatures! I can't even loot you anymore. I've run out of space. What does I get 200 cash for? I shouldn't complain. Okay. Our containment unit. Endothelium. Do both of these do the same thing? Our capacity 50. Sure. Where should we put this? This is pretty valuable. No, actually it isn't, because as soon as it gets destroyed, once it respawns in, it actually respawns with everything you lost, so it's not actually too big of a deal. Where would I actually want to put it, though? That's the big quandary. Could just put them like this, I suppose. Oh, I didn't realise that cost that. 1 second. A bit of a weird start to the series, I've got to say. I was expecting a bit more adventuring, but nope, we'll just simply be beset by ants. That seems reasonable. No, that would be the worst possible way to put these thrusters. I know, let's attach them to a stalk made of the weak thrusters. That seems completely reasonable. I mean, to be fair, I am still putting them in a really vulnerable position. That doesn't help. How about if we do a half measure? 2 on the front. I was going to say 2 on the front, 2 on the back. That way they're not all clumped up in one part of the ship. In fact, we can go even further than that by doing this. Good enough for now. There we are, that's better. Stop going forward every time I try to turn. Come on, just done a little bit more than I'm free. Please, allow me to be free for the first time in so very long. This is embarrassingly bad. My excuse is I haven't played Reassembly in months. Yes! Freedom! Sweet, sweet freedom! The bees are dead! Or just lost interest in me. And my laser swat has worked wonders. Okay, there we go. We're free. We are free. Hello, Terrans, or whatever the original faction is now called. Ramming. That seemed really painless. Free to explore, free to upgrade, free to become the most fearsome thing in the galaxy. Oh, I have no weapons I can actually aim and fire myself, I've just realised. We're actually a bit of a brawler, aren't we? We have became a brawler. Medium-ranged point defense weapons, and then really, really short-range laser point defense. Combine them both, and, well, you don't want to be too close to the ship. It's actually tearing them apart. That's actually really good. Are we going to become a laser ship? I think we may do indeed. But for now, let's just get back to the shield for a second. We'll think about upgrades. Definitely want more lasers. The lasers are doing wonders. Also, of course, selling all our resources is pretty darn cool as well. I'm afraid, though, I've just now looked at the clock and I've been playing games far too long today and I've ran out of time for recording. If you have enjoyed today's episode, then of course, likes, favourite, shares, comments, all that good stuff helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that Reassembly, and in particular this modded series, is a series you wish to see continued in the future. Do you have any recommended mods for me to try out after this one? Also, feel free to tell me. Like I said earlier, I will be reading every comment, as I always do, and any which pique my interest I will be putting on the list for mods to try. So thank you again for watching, I do hope you've enjoyed, and until next time, goodbye.